identified. The youth are being recruited into this violent political extremism, and that's because of hunger, like the gentleman has been saying. So I think the solution will be for patriotic Nigerians. At this point in Nigeria, we actually need more patriotic people. We all need to, all hands need to be on deck. Our level of patriotism should be at the all-time high because we need to make Nigeria work at this point in time. So we're calling on all the NGOs, all stakeholders, everybody, the companies, to come together and collaborate with the government, especially during these electoral processes. So
No,
what we can
Benson, hold on. If I may come in here, you said something to collaborate with the government, but the government, that's a political class, and they're the ones fueling this violence. They're the ones instigating the young people or instigating the electorate to even go about fighting themselves. I mean, Biodun mentioned poverty of the mind and then poverty of the pocket. This political class, the government, are the ones who somewhat keep the people impoverished so that they can easily sway them.
Use them. Yeah.
So how would you be telling the non-governmental organizations, civil society groups to cooperate with the government to stem electoral violence?
The beneficiaries of the violence.
Right. Okay. That's correct. But what I'm trying to say is, if we can turn the attention of the youth from getting money from the politicians in terms of saying getting NGOs and companies, interest groups, to actually provide some sort of distraction for the youth, especially during electoral processes. Say, for example, providing temporary employment for the youth during election. You know, because the problem is hunger. The problem is money. If we can provide temporary employment for the youth during the process, that will give them some money to fend for themselves. That will give them some funds to fend for their family. They won't be depending on these money bags politicians, and also that would prevent them. That would take the risk of them being recruited into political extremism.
Okay.
And training them also to be poll managers. They can be observers. They can be poll managers. They can have training on how to, on the electoral processes. I think that would help.
Okay. You know? All right. Thank you. Let's talk about training them to be part of the process. I mean, with 65% of Nigeria's population is made up of young people below the age of 35. Right. That's the database we have and we're working with. So if we have that, definitely all of them can be poll managers, all of them can be agents. Mm-hmm. But is it about employing, or is it about a mindset reorientation?
Thank you.
Because there are those who are working. They are earning a living. But when it's time for this election thing, they move. They go there, and they are part of the violence.
Quick money.
If you ask me, the starting point of all of this, it may look like we are going backward, but everything starts with the family. Believe me. A few days ago, I was reading how the Chinese people built the very tall Chinese wall for a singular reason. They didn't want intruders and enemies to come and enter into their premises. And then it was shocking to notice that within a very short period, intrusion happened thrice. And guess what? The intruders did not even have any need to climb the wall that was actually very high. They couldn't climb, but they came through the doors. Now, the writer said they built a high wall, but they did not build the conscience of their people. And that brings us back to value system. Now, these people were just paid something token, and they open the door of their nation to enemies to come in and do whatever they want to do. Everything boils down to what is the value system we celebrate as a people. If I do mine as a parent and my children grow up knowing they are left from the right, just like the scripture says, please permit me. It says, train up a child the way he will go. When he grows up, he will not depart from it. Everything starts from that point. And then we now take it even to the larger society, the macro level now. God will help us as a nation. A man that is struggling to pay even the basic bills suddenly finds himself in a political position, and then he has an entourage of cars, is building the best of houses, everywhere. And nobody is asking questions. How do you get to this point? Rather, at the various levels, this person becomes somebody that has all the applause, chieftaincy titles, and all of that. We are saying something to the young people that it doesn't matter how you get it.
Just get it.
Just get it. And for as long as that our value orientation does not change, the journey has not started. I think that is the starting point. Reorientation of the mind and a paradigm shift that occurs first inside in and then begins to manifest outside.
But some of these young people have moved out of the home. They moved out of the family setting. So there's that input of father, mother. As I said, some of them are working. But during these election periods, they join up with their friends and they go perpetrate whatever they need to perpetrate to make some quick money. So how do you, since you use the family position, I'll still come to you. How do you begin to reorientate them, even though they're outside?
You know, there's something, I couldn't pick the name of our friend in Benson said. When the political office becomes less lucrative, it becomes, because sometimes I sit down and I ask myself a question. You want to come and serve me, and you are saying you must serve me by force. Because that is what it means, really. And it is because, just like she said in her introduction, there is something big there I'm going for. If that big thing becomes less attractive, it might be part of the starting point. The truth of the matter is that what we are talking about this morning, it is a web of issues. At the micro level, at the macro level, family level, small community level, politicians level, even the umpires level. All of these things that we are talking about gets to all of us. So all of us must get to a point where we all come to a point that we have discovered that we can't go on like this. Let every one of us take responsibility of how do we go from here. So I doubt if there is a one-fit-all solution that can totally address what we're dealing with.
But then, in every situation, there's usually the low-hanging fruit. You're a legal practitioner. In the last election, if I remember correctly, the former INEC chairman, I think after the 2011 elections, the former INEC chairman, Tahir Ojega, talked about 80,000 cases of electoral violence, or thereabouts. I'm not too sure I got that figure right. But he talked about that, and some people were arrested, and that was where it ended. I mean, in that election, we got some pictures, eyewitness pictures sent to us. Somebody right now who is in the House of Representatives was caught with permanent voters cards, about 65 permanent voters cards. I still have that picture somewhere, but our conclusions will come back from this break. Please don't go away.